All right, next one. This is a good old lawnmower. It's got the Briggs Quantum engine on it. Primer start, which I like. The owner, ooh, look at the hay on the top of that thing. So I'm gonna give it a power wash, I think. He says he hit the curb with it and bent the blade. And there's the blade. Now he brought me this one, which is pretty close, but it seems a little bit narrow. So I have other blades, so if that doesn't fit, we'll go to plan B on that. So first thing I got to do is get a blade on it to see if it runs, and then power wash it. Thanks, guys. Okay, you guys might remember this, but in here I found the perfect blade. Craftsman 21-inch, right? It's even got the high-rise cut and the low-rise cut. Both sides not bent. That's just the way it is. So that's absolutely perfect. The blade that came, whoops, I'm sorry. The blade that came with the machine. So that's my wheels, and blades. I used to keep them in the shed, but they were taking up too much room. All right, this is just preliminary work for testing, right? I am going to just tilt this over this way. Where did that go? All right, so this has got to fit on here absolutely perfectly because it's the original. Oh, there's a piece of paper there. Oh, that's absolutely perfect. Disconnect that spark plug. Good, no interference. Well, let's see if she goes. It's going to smoke a little bit. Can you guys see any of this, or am I too close? I'm pretty close, eh? Oh, ha! See? That's what happens when you get old and lose your mind. Now it should fire. It's revving too high, but it works. So I wouldn't mind having a quick look at that RPM. Silly little bugger. Okay, I'm going to take you with me, and we're we're going to just look at this air filter. It might have been why it was missing. It's got a miss, a bit of a miss, eh? The whole thing is a little bit shaky. Oh yeah, it's going to run better. It's going to run better without that. But I don't want to start it up again until I get the cables lubricated. So let's just cover this up. Can you believe they even run with that dirty of an air filter? We may have to have a little closer look at that. All right, let's get it cleaned up. There we go. Sorry, I apologize so much. We are going to use tools provided. 1/4 inch drive. And we need a 5/16 socket. We need to go in reverse. We're going to take this off. Bit of goo in there, not bad. I'm going to take a little air now. I tried to get that off while I was pressure washing it, but it wouldn't come. Good enough for now. Now, I want to lubricate this cable or something. You know, the drive belts amaze me on these. There might actually be even something in here that's sticking. I think we can solve that. White lithium grease and carburetor cleaner. So let's plug in the big light. Does that help? Yes, it does. Now, come and see here. It looks like this is just sticky down in here. Right here. See that? Right there? I don't know if it's the cable or the actual unit. So I'm going to just squirt some penetrating lubricant in there first. Now, penetrating lubricant isn't the end all and be all, but it does creep into little places maybe. So let's just do that while you watch. I think it's the cable. All right. Come with me. Just with grease. That releases there. That wasn't releasing before. And the big one for the on-off is also a little sticky yet. So I'm going to work on that a little bit more. Alright guys, so this little lawnmower should start, and it was missing before, but the air filter was so dirty I'm thinking that that's all it was. We've got the cables working now. On, off, wheel, and release. It wasn't releasing here. So let's just see if it just goes back and forth and up and down, and then we'll do a tune-up. And we don't have to sharpen the blade, right? Come on, girly girl. Oh, that's gonna help. Alright, I'm going to check the plug before I get crazy. This is the year of the plug. Alright, this is with a new plug. It's the same thing. Okay, my friends. We got this Briggs & Stratton Craftsman 21-inch running. The cable's release. The start cable doesn't bind anymore. We do need to put a new handle on the rope. That's not till the very end. But it looks like it's not, it's running too lean. There we go. Got that out. I showed you this on the previous video. And if the end of the plug is white like that, that means it's burning too lean. So I'm going to just do a little bit of poking around here before we get too involved. Now this nice cover I put on has got to come off. Maybe. Okay guys, I just took the gas tank and the rewind off again, but I had to disconnect the gas line. I'm going to check the keyway. Ah, it's sheared. That's why it's running so lousy. I should have checked this before. Well guys, I think I've found the problem. It's a sheared flywheel key. Now right there, you can see the channel. Let me see if I can get a good shadow. Yeah, right there. You can see the channel, and then you can see the flywheel key is about just to the edge. So right there is where it's supposed to be, and it's sheared off and it's there. So the whole flywheel key is sheared off, but still okay to run. The owner said the engine's getting tired, and I thought, these old ones, this one's not smoking, it's not tired, there's something wrong. And it's probably advanced towards the vacuum valve, and that is what's causing all of our issues. But we had to experiment with some other things first, right? So now we got to get that off of there. But I have tools now. All right, now if you see on here, we've got this flywheel puller. I'm going to do it from the other side of the bench and not get in the way. You guys are going, yay! So I've screwed it into these are self-tapping bolts. I've screwed it into the two allowed holes in the flywheel. Now I'm just going to start tightening this up. Well, maybe that's it, or maybe something gave. The screws aren't turning. That means the flywheel's coming out. Oh, it dug out. Dirty dog. Isn't that too bad? Well, we're going to have to go to Plan B, which is also in the Briggs manual. Okay, what do we got here? Nothing. Well, we're going to have to use the bolt, the nut that came with it, I guess. And a piece of wood. Got to find a nice place to pry from underneath. There aren't that many. Too many doodads on these new motors, eh? Get the dipstick out, I guess. I don't want to get crap in the motor, in the oil though. That should do it. Oh, baby's on there. Huh. We got to work on this, get this flywheel. These Briggs are so tough. The flywheel keys are so tough, you very seldom actually see them get sheared, eh? Just backing off the coil a little. We'll adjust that later. Alright, I had to get the big guns out. Stripped the bolt out of the flywheel key, couldn't get it off with the hammer or even the impact, which is, I don't know if you guys were there for that one, but that was where you use the impact or the air chisel. So now we're going to try and get this flywheel off with the puller. Now I think I better put a shield on my face, because I've seen these flywheels break. I'm even tempted to heat it up a little bit, you know that? I've got the stuff now. Hello, Bruce here. Did you guys see that? Just by heating it up, it jumped off, maybe. I think it's off. Oh! That was a lot of force on there. I hope you got that. Yep, it's off. Holy smokes! Well, I'm glad I used some heat and not more force, huh? Okay, so let's get this off of here. It's already hot. And look at that. I will get the 2 pieces of flywheel out of there, flywheel key. So that is why this lawnmower has been running poorly. Right? You see the 2 of them? And I'll get one. I know I'm taking up some time. And most of them have never been tested. So here we are. There's one right there. That's what they look like before they split in half. All right. So I just need to settle down a little bit. That was my heart was pounding, because when something breaks like that, I've been taught better English, but when something busts like that, I was learning better English. So now we just have to put this back together. I'll be back in a bit, guys. Fun, fun, fun. And so I better close the door. Okay, we're gonna put this back on. Whew. Can you believe how that popped? That wasn't a rehearsal. So now what I've done was I've laid the flywheel key in a little bit high, okay? You see that? Because it could go all the way down to here, but I put it up there. Now these motors, they have, I call them motors. I know an electric motor and a gasoline thing is an engine, but I call them motors. Probably a dialect thing. So now I'm going to look down and line up this key. Are you with me? Like that. And then I just take a pick or anything like that. You see that's sticking up there like that? And I push that down. And that's it. And we can put her back together again. Piece of cake. I think that's it. First, I'm going to take a picture of that. Don't go away. I'm going to just turn the camera off and do a still. All right, reassembly. I've got the flywheel on. Actually, I'm waiting for a friend of mine to come over because I thought he might want to see this. but it might not show up, right? So anyway, we're gonna put this back together right now over me. Now where's the rating on the socket? That's as tight as it'll go on a battery operated impact. I think that's perfect. Now, I've got the 10mm business card in the spacing for the coil. And I had one completely loose and it still worked. So, there we go. And don't say anything about superstition, but this is my lucky one. Keep it right beside my rabbit's foot. Okay, let's just turn that around. This engine has compression. If you turn a Briggs engine backwards and it catches, it has compression. See that? Isn't that cool? That's an old timer trick, guys. I'll do that one more time for you. So if you spin, if you feel the compression, if you spin a small engine lawnmower rototiller backwards and it catches like that and it bounces, you've got compression. I know. But I think the old guy stuff is cool. Oh, I'm kind of pumped up about that flywheel coming on. Hopefully it's not bent or anything sinister. You're with me, right? Yes, you are. Alrighty. Let's do the front. They were the long ones. In my brain, the long ones should be on the back, but that's okay. See, that's the problem when you use a drill. Okay, we'll do these back two. There is a feel to this gun thing. I'll turn you off now. I just have to put the tank on and the top. Okay, I'm back in. So I'm just putting the covers on, gas tank, and the hose had popped off because it was flipped backwards and it was spilling gas everywhere. Hey, I spilled some gas! And the rewind covers 4 bolts, just like I put it on, and then this. So I apologize if I did not show that, but you got to see the best part when the flywheel key popped. Okay, I think my shop deserves a small cleanup before I even test this. So talk to you guys in a few minutes. All right. Now we get to see if this actually works. Do we have any gas left? I spilt a pile. No. I'm not so cool. Like there's a tiny bit in the bottom, but that'll do. Okay, let's take her down and see how well it runs. It should start with 1 pole now. See if she starts. Oh, it's not in the... We're not in the screen. Good. now we can put the air filter on, and all I got to do is change the oil. And I'm just, this one, because the whole bottom end is covered with covers, I'm going to tilt it to the side. I hate that. But so the problem was the flywheel key. But because it started after 4 or 5 pumps and it would barely start, very, very seldom you'll see a flywheel key where an engine runs. So it kind of sidetracked me for a little while, Larry. But there it is, flywheel key. Get this lined up for you. All right, it's the next day. This is the 5 or 6 horsepower Briggs front wheel drive, and it had a lot of issues. It had cable issues, drive and on off, and we ended up finally finding a flywheel key or a shear key on the flywheel, and it tricked me because it would still run. And in my experience, they don't usually run when the flywheel key has been sheared. So let's just start this up. Final test go demo. Should start with 1 pull. Got gas. Yep. Always check that to make sure it doesn't leak out overnight. Thanks for watching, guys.